Previously in the All Drivers career. Oh, okay, so we'll be driving Red Bull as Daniel Kvyat. We're gonna retire now, and we still got pole position somehow. 5 lights are out and away we go, and we get a terrible start. Once again, we're in slightly wide of the hairpin, it's not gonna help us. And we get tagged, we get spun, Vettel has spun us. And he's going really slowly now on the racing line. Completely blocked Hulkenberg, but Ricciardo just goes up her inside. Not really much you can do about that either. Much more speed through the first sector. We go dive up the inside in lead mix. Unfortunately, that's P7. Not the best race. I moved down to 4th place in standings. Vettel has jumped up to 3rd on 49 points. What's going on, guys? Pomson87 here. And I'm here with the driver decision for the 5th round of the All Drivers Career Mode, Spanish Grand Prix. And as you can see, all 4 of the drivers we viewed previously have been discounted from this wheel. So we're going to find out which driver we pick for the Spanish Grand Prix, so we can hopefully have a good race and make up for the Bahrain Grand Prix, which is quite disappointing. If you haven't already, go see that. But anyway, you're going to click the spin. Marcus Ericsson. So we're going to be in a lower team of Sauber than him. Okay, alright, well, I suppose it's damage limitation again this race. Yes, let's go to the Spanish Grand Prix. Let's see how we do.
It's Friday morning and the time is nearly 10 o'clock here in Catalonia, Spain. We're expecting the first cars to...
Alright, so here we are in the garage in our Sauber, just starting practice session now for the Spanish Grand Prix. And just got to apologise, guys, for the lengthy delay between episodes. But we are now here for the round 5 of the All Drivers Career at the Circuit de Catalunya, where actually they're testing right now as we're recording this on the Monday afternoon. It'll probably be live Tuesday evening, this video will be. They're actually coincidentally testing here for the 2016 season. But here we are doing round 5 for the Spanish Grand Prix, and as you might have already noticed, there is some Elgato glitching once again. You might have recognised it from one of my previous videos when I showed it. But usually when I do these All Drivers Careers, I record practice and qualifying in one batch and then the race another. So luckily I don't record the whole thing throughout, otherwise then I'll have no race. Because as you can see, there's already a hell of a lot of glitching going on. And we're in practice session, and unfortunately it means both practice and qualifying will be cut short. I'm literally showing you now what I have recorded, so I don't know why the Elgato glitches sometimes. It's beyond my control. The only way really to fix it is restart the program pretty much. But obviously I'll lose all the recording I supposedly had done, but oh well. And what can you do in those situations, I guess. But here we are, it's a practice session in our Sauber on the prime tyres, and I didn't actually like the handling of this car. I wasn't really pleased with the decision either, of the spin the wheel choice. I'd actually much rather the Bahrain and Spanish Grand Prix cars have switched around, because I reckon the Red Bull would have suited this track and the Sauber would have suited the Bahrain track much more. But nonetheless, well, that's the thing about this series. You never know what driver you're going to pick, so you have no advantage. You just got to get out there and do it. So here we are now, skipping to the race. This is after I restarted my Elgato, so I'm going to quickly explain the grid to you before the race starts. So I qualified P7 on the grid, but I believe that Vettel's on pole, the 2 Mercedes behind him, then the 2 Williams and Red Bulls. I believe Massa is behind me in P8. I think the other 2 people in the top 10 are Perez and my teammate Nasser. The only real surprise and difference in quality was that Kimi Raikkonen was disqualified somehow from the session. I wasn't actually sure, I didn't actually record it, so you didn't really miss much. I only saw in the results afterwards. But Kimi Raikkonen was for some reason disqualified from the session. I'm not sure if he had that sort of wall glitch like I saw Mercedes do a couple of weeks ago when I did some practice for this. But I'm not quite sure, so that might give us a little bit of advantage anyway, as there's one less front runner who we have to, well, I don't know, we might have to contend with him, see how quick he goes through the grid. So there's the strategy right now. It's a 3-stop strategy, 3 options and 1 prime stint. It's going to be tough race. I know tyre wear is very key around this circuit, very tough to handle, but got 5 lights now. We've got 2 Red Bulls in front of us. Can we get a good start? No, we get bogged down. We get a terrible start actually. We already got jumped by Massa. There's probably someone else going out there inside. That's Perez, yes. Is there anyone else? No, luckily everyone's staying back. I think my teammate might have got caught behind my slow starting car. But there's 3 wide going into turn 1 there. We might take advantage going around the outside Perez. We lose the back end going out of the corner. That actually sort of works out for us as we get a much wider approach into the long and twisty turn 3. And that means we go up the inside of Perez. And we look up the inside of Massa and Kvyat while at the same time while we do it. But we lose traction in the rear there. So we can't get the position ahead of Kvyat. But we make another attempt. We dive at the inside of that hairpin sort of corner. But once again Kvyat gets much better traction and just holds around the outside. There's no way of diving the inside there. But I believe we stay on board for the remainder of the first lap. As that we get terrible traction on that corner. I don't know why. I just hated that corner. In fact, I hate the circuit really. If I'm brutally honest, I've never really liked the circuit de Catalunya. I've never really been fast around it either. As you'll see in this episode, I have to admit I don't have the best play, especially with this car as well. I don't. I swear this car doesn't feel the same as what it did in my Malaysia episode. I don't know, maybe it might have something to do with the patch. I mean, I know they boosted the performance of the Force India, so I don't know, maybe I'm just making excuses myself. But either way, we're currently at the end of lap 1 here, and we're going through this final corner onto the pit straight. For some reason, the car just felt really bad through there as well. I kept losing traction, and that meant that Perez is now getting back of us. Yeah, with that Force India straight line speed, is going to try and attempt going to turn 1, but we hold the inside line and Perez has nowhere to go really. It's quite good that Perez is going in front of Massa, because at least we might be able to challenge Perez in this race, whereas I really don't think we're challenging any of the Williams, Ferraris or Mercedes or even Red Bulls that matter throughout this race today. They're probably just too quick, but the rest of the field you can have a good chance of competing against. So there's Massa. Look at the straight line speed from that Williams. Oh, Williams OP straight line speed for the win there. As we get out the turn, the first 2 corners round the long sweeping turn 3. Probably hurts the tyre quite a bit. I have to admit though, that was probably the actual sector I was actually strongest at. First sector. The AIs were just so OP for the second sector. As about to see Massa's all over the back of us, and we miss the apex. We brake a bit too late there. I think the rear is locked up a little bit, and Massa's going to sneak around inside. We had to give him room there. I saw the proximity arrows, and yep, he just got the position really. I tried to fight back, but there's not really much you can do. It's lap 6 with tyres going off. This car is not going to tie ways. But you might notice there's a brief green flag moment, which means there's a yellow flag beforehand. And this is Kimi Räikkönen fighting his way back for the field. He's making a move on Hulkenberg, and there's contact, and Hulkenberg is in the wall. Completely lost his front wing, so that's not good for his race. Yep, that's the Manners. Both Manners going past there, and he's, well, by far in last place, and has to do a whole lap getting back to the pit lane as well. He hasn't retired though. We've still got 20 people left in the race, so he could still play a factor. I mean, he'll be a back marker now, won't he? But lap 8 now, we successfully made it to our pit stop target. Both Massa and Räikkönen, who somehow caught up to the back of us. I'm not sure how. He's actually had blinding pace, and he's already fought his way through half the field. So Räikkönen being OP in this race, congrats on him. He's making up for the mistakes he made in Bahrain. But reaching on the track now, P12 behind Massa, who's probably going to have cold tyres. AL have very slow out exiting the pit lane, I noticed this game. And he was very slow there. He almost tried to go around the outside, but I didn't think that was going to work. But we tried to get a switch back. We also tapped in the back accidentally though. But we are going to dive inside. Ooh, a little bit of body contact. But we just got away with it. Struggling with traction again. Another little bit of contact. We're going to dive the inside again. Yes, we are. And diving inside once again. Another little bit of contact. But it's pretty much clean racing. I didn't force him on the track there at all. And he gets the mission out of us. Although we went very wide that corner, we're going to have get back switch back, but we did cut corner slightly there. So we're going to make sure we didn't get any advantage really. And again, we cut the corner a little bit. But we do get DRS, and I don't think we'll make a move there. Now changing the fuel mixture up, as I forgot to change it up X in the pit lane. So that might have been why Massa got away with us quite a bit. So we're now in rich mix, I believe. And we're right on the back of Massa. We've stayed within the DRS zone for the rest of that lap. Yeah, we're going into rich there. And we're going to get past him. Yeah, the Sauer is pretty good in a straight line as well, remember. So we're going to get past them up the inside until one is going to try and fight back around the outside. But we have the racing line, and all he's going to do is be run outright if he maintain that. And luckily he didn't. So that's Perez, and another car ahead of us. I'm not quite sure who it is. So I'm not quite sure how Perez jumped us, but that's why he pitted like 2 laps earlier. I believe he might be on a 4-stop strategy because he pitted very early, and there might be someone who hasn't stopped ahead. But while I'm babbling on about that, Massa tried to make another move up there inside, and that's Raikkonen, who's also caught up the back of us. So our pace just really isn't good with the front runners. It's only a matter of time before we lose positions to the fast William and fast Roy behind. As we lose the back end on traction, we have a little switchback trying to cut the steering wheel, and that put us in the gravel. So that's a pretty much stupid little mistake by me there. Maybe lose position to the Williams and Massa. But now we have DRS on lap 11, as someone was in the pits there, I can't remember who. And Raikkonen, he was miles back. We had DRS as well, and he just come out of nowhere. That Ferrari has good train line speed, isn't it? And he just gets past us, so that's pretty easy for Raikkonen there. Good job. And little snippet, little cinematic vision. This is just after that move. This is Raikkonen getting past Verstappen there. So Raikkonen becoming very good today, even though he had that small incident with Hülkenberg. He's putting on a great performance, no doubt about it. Yeah, I've DRS again as Verstappen go in the pit lane. So we're at P9 pretty much, and I think this is what we're racing for, really. I mean, we're miles ahead of Sainz behind, and now it's Bottas behind as he's just pitted, but really he's going to get the position back with ease, isn't he? He's probably on a 4-stop strategy as well if he's pitted that early. That's Hülkenberg, it's just come out of the pit lanes. Lap down, I told you would probably be a factor for this race. As it's slowing down Bottas quite a bit. We tried to hold around the outside, but yeah, it's not really working. We should be forced out ride, get marbles on our tyres, and that wouldn't really work. But as I was saying before, we're on P9, we're ages ahead of Sainz, so we're pretty much in no man's land really. We're not fast enough to compete with the front runners, but we are quicker than all the back markers behind. And what the hell is Hülkenberg doing? He's driving like he's bloody drunk at the moment. I know he's probably still pissed off at the incident with Raikkonen, but still, he didn't make it easy to get away. And now he's trying to fight back. Yeah, he's trying to fight back with his Force India train line speed. He's trying to go around the outside. I'm having none of it. It's like, Hülkenberg, get the hell out of the way. You're a lap car. You're not meant to be racing the front runners, really. Just what are you doing, man? What are you doing? So it's lap 15, nearly halfway through the race. So track is in a little bit there, just for the understeer. I need to pit. Probably not the end of this lap, probably the lap afterwards, as we're going through turn 4. I think there's now we have bad traction. Hülkenberg's right on the back of us again. We miss the apex once again for that corner, and he's tagged us. We've been spun just like in Bahrain. We've been tagged by the AI. We've been spun round. Yellow flag. We're going to lose positions to Sainz, and who's this button behind us? And the McLaren Honda of Alonso is going to get past us. As low position loss, we're going to try and hold around outside of that. We bounce off a side pod. We're going through the gravel into the wall. And that's race over. That's race over. We're going to retire from the Spanish Grand Prix. That is not what we wanted at all. We were hoping to close the gap to Mercedes, at least not let them walk away with it. And now we end up retiring from the Spanish Grand Prix. Unbelievable. I mean, let's examine the incidents first. Hülkenberg, what are you doing? He just literally drove into the back of me and just tapped me round. If he doesn't get a penalty from this, then wow, I'd just be done. I mean, there's a Slimer replay there. He just tapped my left rear and just sent me around. Nothing I can do. I'm just a passenger. I mean, is that what you get in this game? You make one small mistake, you miss the apex by about 2 meters, and the AI just punish you for it. I mean, what the fuck? Seriously. Hülkenberg, yeah, just get sacked, mate. No, to be fair, it's AI, obviously, but that's just unfortunate, really. I mean, there's nothing I can do. I was just taking the line normally. I didn't have to leave. It's not like I had need to leave him any space. It wasn't alongside me at all in any way. And then I spin back around, and now we can look at the other incident with Alonso in a minute. It was just doing a replay. Just a passenger, really. That's all it was. Pure and simple, just passenger. And then we go through the gravel cells. Obviously, our tyres were going to be ruined there. And we lost positions to Sainz and the McLaren Hondas, who we would have beaten, let's be fair. We were miles ahead of them. And we just, see that little bump there? It just, like, threw out our car just a little bit. And that was just enough to tap the Alonso side pod and go spinning into the wall. Especially the contact system on this game. Like, it's like the reverse of the side pod glitch. It just bounces you off. And there's nothing I can do. Just into the wall. And that's race over. Yeah, well, that's not a good Spanish Grand Prix at all. I was hoping to redeem myself from the Bahrain Grand Prix, but looks like that hasn't happened. And now we're going to go through the results from that race. So Sebastian Vettel won, followed by Lewis Hamilton, Nico Rosberg, Kimi Raikkonen, who fought his way back through from the back of the grid after being disqualified in quali. So at least Vettel will take some points off Hamilton, which will be a bit of a help, but still not ideal at all. And it's worth noting that Hulkenberg didn't get any sort of penalty at all. So once again, AI favouritism at its very best. I mean, look at the gap between, Massa and Sainz. We would have probably been in that gap. It was like 30 seconds. Like, we would have easily finished 9th and still got 2 points. But what can you do, really? What can you do? Oh well. Now we're going to look at the standings. As you can see, it's Legend AI once again. I think everyone did a free stop apart from Bottas and a few others, the back markers. But as you can see, we've now dropped down into 6th place in the standings, still on 40 points. There's Bottas and Raikkonen both passed us, and Massa's level with us as well. So still not ideal at all. So hopefully we can redeem ourselves. If we want to win this championship, it'll take a miracle now, and that will have to start at the next round. The Monaco Grand Prix. Oh, that would be interesting. If any of you long-time subscribers know, I am not very good at Monaco, so let's see how it goes. I'm hoping I'll do well. I have put in a bit of practice already for it, so I'm hoping it'll be good. I'm hoping I'll do well. And I guess I'll see you guys then for the next round, the Monaco Grand Prix. I'll see you guys then. It'll be an interesting race, so I can't wait for it. See you guys then. Bomb salts.